Now at 9, students have been holding more protests across campus. Hear what they are hoping to change.
And the federal government is approaching a shutdown. See what this means for America.
The Ball State Honors House held an event for the near completion of the building's recent renovations. Find out what new additions were made.
Landless Farms kicks off their fall festivities. Learn about how they are helping the community.
We're tracking continuing dry conditions. NewsLink Indiana starts right now.
Local news about local people, live from Ball State Unified Media. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Cameron No.
And I'm Noah Lida.
In recent days, Ball State's campus has seen a wave of student protests, from defending free speech, demanding accountability from the Board of Trustees, or expressing frustration over student media. Students say they wanted their voices heard. I attended a recent protest held last Friday, and here's what I witnessed while there.
We will not stop, we will not rest, explode, divest.
This past week, Ball State has seen multiple student-led protests. On Wednesday, students rallied in support of Suzanne Swartz, a staff member fired after online comments about conservative commentator Charlie Kirk. And by Friday, chants had shifted towards even broader demands. Friday's protest, which started the scramble light, quickly turned into a march towards and into a Board of Trustees meeting at the Student Center. Students called for the university to divest from the companies they say are tied to genocide, and for leadership changes, including the removal of Brian Gallagher, vice chair of the board, and Michael Connor, a current officer with University Police.
Using their First Amendment right, and I think it's important to show out as a group and prove that we are not afraid of the Board of Trustees.
Organizers say they plan to continue holding demonstrations until they receive a response from university leadership.
We need to be acknowledging what's happening in our country, because otherwise things are going to continue getting worse. We have to bring politics and these sorts of discussions on our campus before it boils over.
I spoke with Chad Crisella, assistant professor of political science, and here are his thoughts on the matter.
It's kind of a wait and see to, how people react to these different things, and if there's more opportunities to have be at a protest at a meeting that's going to have press there to begin with.
Kinsella mentioned with social media being widespread, organizers are able to gather student activists at a rate that hasn't been seen before on our campus. Students told me on Friday that this is part of a longer effort and will hold more demonstrations, each one calling for the university to listen and make a change.
The federal government appears to be headed toward a shutdown for the first time since 2018. This comes after a vote in the Senate failed late today. The shutdown is caused by a long debate centered around Democrats wanting to undo recent Medicaid cuts. Unless an agreement is reached by midnight tonight, several key government programs will be affected, including government customer service, paperwork, food inspections, air traffic, and more. Some worry a government closure could hurt the economy and postpone the release of important economic reports. Anyways, I mean, since October 3rd is right around the corner, so, I feel like it should be getting chillier, but no, it's still scorching.
Yeah, I feel like this time last year it was chilly, so I'm hoping we get that back, even though I'm sad to see summer go. But let's hear from Evan for our first look at weather.
It was an absolutely beautiful day here today, but like you guys said, it was a little bit warmer. Right now it has cooled off a little bit. It's 70 degrees here in Muncie right now, 73 in the Indianapolis area, a little bit cooler down there in the Terre Haute, 60 degrees down there, while up in the Chicago South Bend, that lake effect is actually cooling it off quite a bit up there. What I'm tracking in my full forecast tonight is some sunny conditions with no clouds in sight, warmer temperatures on the way, and continuing drought here in Muncie. Noah and Cameron, back over to you.
Thank you, Evan. This past Friday, the Edmund F. and Virginia B. Ball Honors House held its official ribbon-cutting ceremony. The event marked the near completion of the renovations to the historic building. NewsLink Indiana's Peyton Mucker takes us in and out of the newly transformed home.
Located on West Riverside Avenue, the Edmund F. and Virginia B. Ball Honors House is beginning the new academic year with a new look and expanded space. The Honors House serves as a monument on Ball State campus, home not only to classes, but academic services as well. The renovation aims to open the Honors House to more of the Ball State community, not just for students involved with honors classes.
I think honors is kind of at the nexus of interdisciplinary work It's bringing colleges and faculty and students together from all across campus to engage in that kind of interdisciplinary, cross-disciplinary conversations.
With the expansion, the Honors House added on 1,750 square feet of educational space and renovated 840 square feet. These upgrades include a modernized classroom, 3 faculty offices, a collaboration area for students, as well as a redesigned outdoor area with a labyrinth and garden. These enhancements were made possible due to over 30 donors who recognize the need for space as the Honors College continues to grow. In the fall of 2025, the Honors College welcomed over 600 students, now surpassing 1,600 active students, the highest in the college's history.
So I thought it was just really sort of heartwarming to see everyone come together. And I think what it did for the members of the community was to be able to see how large this community is.
The future of the Honors College embraces students everywhere to come together for memories that will last a lifetime. The spaces provided will embark students to love the people and services of Ball State.
So I hope in the years to come, many existing students and future students will take advantage of the wonderful educational experiences that will take place in this fabulous facility. Thank you all for joining us, and let's enjoy this great afternoon. Thank you.
In Muncie, Peyton Mucker, NewsLink, Indiana.
The Honors House is now back in full operation. If you have any questions, the Honors House is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Fall started last week, and so did the fall fun at Landless Farms. Pumpkin patches, apple cider, and hay rides are only a few of the fun fall festivities offered this year at the farm, and a perfect way to step into the new season. Landis Farms celebrates fall and everything about it. This includes homemade pastries, pumpkin picking, various fresh produce, and much more, while embracing the family-friendly environment, focusing on education being incorporated into the activities is one of the core values of the business. Jesse and Susan Landis own and operate the farm year-round, offering a welcoming space for friends and family to enjoy. They are 3rd and 4th generation farmers and still work on the farm daily to provide the best experience for customers.
Up next, President Trump has announced a deal to cut American drug prices.
And a pair of tropical storms are threatening the East Coast. Stay with us.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She'd carry 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Today, President Trump unveiled a multi-pronged effort to lower drug costs in the U.S. The proposal includes the creation of a direct-to-consumer website dubbed Trump RX, where Americans can buy medicine at discounted prices. Sources say the plans also include a deal with Pfizer to cut the cost of its medications. Details of the Pfizer deal were not immediately clear. For months, Trump has been saying drug makers need to lower their prices for patients. Pfizer put off price hikes on dozens of drugs in 2018 after Trump complained about the increases during his first term.
Hurricane Imelda reached Category 1 status this morning with sustained winds of 75 miles per hour, according to the National Hurricane Center. Officials say Imelda is expected to peak at Category 2 status tomorrow as it reaches Bermuda. The NHC says Imelda will cause dangerous rip currents for much of the U.S. East Coast this weekend. Hurricane Humberto, which is currently located east of Imelda, will add to the hazardous conditions. Imelda is the fourth hurricane of this year's Atlantic season.
I'm tracking continuing warmer temperatures. Check out my full forecast after the break.
After his wife passed, my neighbor Larry started drinking a lot. He was in distress and acting out. He had guns around, and I didn't want anything bad to happen. I pressed pause. Our local authorities filed a firearm restraining order to temporarily remove the guns. It gave Larry the time he needed to get help. It wasn't easy, but we got through it together. Learn more at illinois.gov/pause to heal.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back. It was an absolutely beautiful day here in East Central Indiana. Our Cooper Skycam is showing us a great look of campus tonight. Absolutely beautiful. These skies showing no clouds right now. Schaefer Tower there in the background and Teachers College. Again, just absolutely beautiful here tonight. And it was an absolutely beautiful day, if not a little bit on the warm side. Today's high was 86. So again, a little bit warmer there, about 12 degrees higher than our average temperature for this time of year. However, we are only about 6 degrees under our record high of 92 set back in 2019. So a little bit closer to that record high than what we are to our average high for this time of year. But it being warm, it has cooled down a little bit. Our current temperatures here in Muncie right now, it's 70 degrees. Same temperatures pretty much all across the board here in Indiana, 73 in Indianapolis. Actually a little bit cooler down there in Terre Haute, 60 degrees, while up in the Chicago South Bend area, it's 69 degrees up there in Chicago due to that lake effect. So again, just absolutely beautiful. But it will continue to cool off even more tonight down into the mid 50s. Our low tonight is going to be 53 degrees with those clear conditions and that wind blowing at a beautifully calm 5 miles per hour, and that'll continue even into tomorrow morning as we start our walks to school or work. So 54 degrees with those partly cloudy conditions. Again, that 5 mile per hour winds blowing from that east-northeast direction. While that will blow in some cloud cover around noon though, so we're going to be seeing more of those partly cloudy conditions alongside of those mostly sunny conditions. So 74 degrees at noon, while our high tomorrow is 82. That wind is actually going to increase throughout the day to about 10 miles per hour though, so it should still be pretty beautiful though. Though with our 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, we are looking at more of those above average temperatures, especially here in the Midwest and East Coast. While there on the West Coast, they're experiencing more of those average temperatures or slightly less than average temperatures as well. But with those warm conditions, we are seeing a lot more of that dryness coming back in. We've only observed 0.48 inches of rain this September, while our normal amount of rain for this time of year is 3.09 inches. This is actually making it the 4th driest September on record here for us in Indiana. So this is actually being reinforced by our drought monitor. We're seeing more severe cases of drought here in our Muncie and Marion regions. Here in our viewing area, while down in Anderson, we're actually seeing a lot more of those moderate to even drier spells out there in Lafayette. But this sun will continue. Unfortunately, no rain in sight. Thursday, those clouds will return, though, bringing those temperatures to a nice 83-degree high. While Friday, those temperatures are going to start rising as that sun comes out with these sunny conditions. 86 degrees for our high on Friday, while Saturday and Sunday, beautiful, but 87, so a little bit warmer there. While Monday and Tuesday, so as we're starting next work week, we're seeing those temperatures go down a little bit, even into those high 70s again. So it is going to be quite beautiful, but unfortunately still a lot more of those above average temperatures, unfortunately, and no rain in sight.
Right, and the heat, I don't want to say tired of the heat, because I love summer. But we're just getting to a point where it's almost October, and why have we not seen a 70s? Why haven't we seen a 60s? It's burning hot.
Yeah,
really.
I have a concert and a 5K this weekend, so I'm glad it's going to be nice, but I'm ready for the fall temperatures. Thank you, Evan. There's lots more to get to on NewsLink Indiana. Michael Ball has a preview of sports.
Thank you, Cameron. Noah. A U.S. Army Navy veteran gives back to the sport he played, and a coaching change is making an immediate impact here in Muncie. All this and more next in sports.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing we do to keep us focused.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game?
To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health.
Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health.
Find the resources you need to keep your mental health a priority.
Love your mind.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Make moves, set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up, stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things. This is pre-tirement.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff.
You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Michael Ball with sports. Experience is everything in sports. The more you have, the more you are prepared to perform. NewsLink Indiana's Josh Gabbard caught some volleys to see how one coach's experience affects his team.
25 years of coaching at Shenandoah High School. 25 years and counting. Head tennis coach John Rhodes has gathered plenty of experience in those years and from his time playing in high school in California.
Era I came out of was a lot of, my tennis coach smoked. It's just a different time. So I kind of learned from those years. And coaching's personalities in California was much different here in the Midwest. To keep it loose, to keep it fun, but yet keep it tight.
His players have responded to his fun coaching style, having successful season after successful season. Senior Cooper Allen says Rhodes' style transfers off the court as well.
John, he really just keeps us happy. He's real funny. He's a great guy. He let me borrow his Maserati to go to prom last year. Just a great guy in general.
And on the court, the team has formed a tight bond that has helped foster a fun environment.
Morality, having your teammates back. It's just been around and having a good attitude towards your teammates. It's a good atmosphere, and I feel like that's the biggest thing about our team.
Rhodes' experience and teamwork goes further than a tennis court. The U.S. Navy veteran served in the Vietnam War, an experience that has also helped shape his style and this team.
You know, I'm so proud of him. You know, yeah. So it's kind of hard to say unless you've been to war. So I would take any of these guys with me if I was in battle.
In Middletown, Josh Gabbard, NewsLink, Indiana.
Muncie football is on the rise and making history at the same time. NewsLink Indiana's Jackson White has more from Muncie Central.
Sometimes change has to happen for a program to improve. Muncie Central made a change at head coach coming into this season, hiring Kyle Brash, the multiple-time sectional champion. And with the Bearcats going 2-8 last season, they were looking for a spark, and they exactly got that. The Bearcats now currently sit at a 3-3 record and are already surpassing their win total from last season. But coach thinks it's not just about him and his staff.
It's not me, it's not just our coaching staff, it's our kids, their development, and the people that were here that laid the groundwork for that. But our guys have just continued to work and buy in and get better and better week after week and show that improvement.
Ever since Coach Brash has stepped in the building, he's built bonds on the football field and in the classroom.
As soon as he got here, we talked a lot. We've went over a lot of film, a lot of plays. You know, we've had a great bond.
With the team making strides to improve, they were also making history. In this last Friday's 54-20 win over Richmond, the Bearcats made history as they played their 1,000th game in program history. So this game meant more to Coach Brash and also his players.
You know, obviously, just the history and the tradition is really special, and so to be able to be a part of that and for our guys to be a part of that and always have that for years down the road to talk about is something special.
The Bearcats have a bright future ahead and might surprise teams come late October. In Muncie, Jackson White, NewsLink, Indiana.
This past weekend, Ball State baseball faced off against Butler, but this game was more than just what was on the scoreboard. NewsLink Indiana's Xavier Harris brings you the story.
Last Saturday was Alumni Day at Shebeck Stadium. This day was nothing short of exciting. Former Cardinals came back to where it all started to reconnect and cheer on their current Cardinals. On the field, the Cards delivered a 13-9 win in a game that featured double-digit hits from the Cards, as well as scoring the first 4 runs of the game. This day was less about the win, but more about the day of reflection and gratitude for what Ball State baseball has given these former players.
Just joy, man, overall. Just joy, happiness. Love seeing the next generation of young people come in and having a chance to play baseball at this place.
Ball State has provided past alumni with experiences off the field that have been just as important, shaping former athletes into the men they are today.
Personal, it's a very prideful part for me to be a part of this. It shaped so much of my life, and it gave me opportunities as a young man to come here. And being a part of Ball State's legacy, to me, is something I'll cherish with me for now until the day that I die. It's a tremendous honor.
Being back in Muncie is a surreal feeling for most. Returning back here brings a flood of memories with guys that they once shared the field with. This day gives the former Cards a chance to regroup and reunify.
A lot of guys I haven't seen since they graduated in 2019 and I got done in 21, and so I haven't seen them in 6 years, and just honestly makes me want to get together with them more often and come back here every year.
Ball State's next game is against IU at Grand Park in Westfield, Indiana on Friday at 6 p.m. In Muncie, Xavier Harris, NewsLink, Indiana.
I think it's really inspiring how Coach Rhodes is still wanting to give back to the sport that he loves even after serving in the war.
I think it is so cool that even like you said, after everything that he's gone through, he still has that same passion that he had when he was in high school, and after all these years he's distilled that passion into more of his students and things like that.
Yeah, I'm sure the students really appreciate that he has actual life experience and can help them through stuff instead of just, coaching them.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you, Michael. Coming up, Stephanie Weaver has your campus coverage.
And we have one final look at your weather next.
My son, Ricky, took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me in ways that I never knew that I could be broken. and I contemplated suicide. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe. Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo.
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time.
And she'd buy the same gifts over and over.
Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard.
At first we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan. Early detection gave us time to adapt together.
It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. My name is Stephanie Weaver, and this is your campus coverage. You may have seen or at least heard the Pride of Mid-America marching band around campus or on game day. I went to see how musicians come together to create harmony and what all goes into preparation for their performances. The Pride of Mid-America Marching Band takes individual talents and combines them into a full professional show. The band meets every week in and outside of class time to prepare for upcoming events. Practices contain stretching, running, performing songs, drills, going over steps, and experimenting with different aspects of their performances. The band director stands at the top of the band director tower to observe, correct, and give feedback.
Starting here, the culture has definitely shifted, and it has changed into something that the students are extremely proud of, and our alumni are extremely proud of the direction that the marching band is headed, and that is all because of the students.
3 conductors are elevated as well, but on shorter conductor towers, or in this case, ladders. The different groups in the band work together with their section leader, and then together with the rest of the band.
Pelma is one of the absolute best places where you can come in, not know anyone, and you're instantly a part of that family.
The class is a way for people to socialize, make new friends, and unite musical talents to create consonance. In Muncie, Stephanie Weaver, NewsLink, Indiana. Be sure to check out the Pride of Mid-America Marching Band on game days and stop to take a listen during their practices when you walk by. Now, I was out there for at least 2 hours the other day, and let me tell you, the heat was crazy. I don't know how they do it.
Right. I honestly couldn't even begin to imagine carrying around an instrument and walking around for at least 3 days, 3 times a week, and in that heat, especially with the heat we've been having, like I said, I can't even think about it.
Yeah, it's super hot out. I'm ready for fall weather. Well, let's see what Evan has for us at our final look at weather.
Unfortunately, that fall weather is not going to be hitting us this week, unfortunately. Again, Thursday, those clouds are going to come back in with the highs of 83. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, though, that sun will come back out in full force. 86 degrees for your high on Friday and 87 for your high on Saturday and Sunday. With Monday and Tuesday, it's starting to cool down a little bit, with Tuesday even chances of dropping back into the 70s. So very good highs for the week, but also a lot of really good and beautiful nights ahead of us with temperatures in the mid-50s. So very much looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, me too. Thank you, Evan. That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page, YouTube channel, and WCRD 91.3.
And for news anytime, anywhere, just go to cardinalmediabsu.com. Have a great night and stay safe.